Hi, you guys. I got a fever. Bronco has a fever and is feeling sick. But yesterday, first of all, welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, please subscribe up there. Promise you there's a lot of good content you do not want to miss. I am sick though, and today I'm going to do a little spoken word. If you guys know this kind of like room, it was when I did my second video or first video. Talked about the updates I wanted to bring to this video. I'm on a stool bar and it's a webcam. It's a really good webcam, and hopefully I can record more using this, because in others you can't really hear me, but in here you can, so that's awesome. Anyway, I wanted to tell you guys a spoken word about family. Now, yesterday, me and my family came from Olive Garden, and don't make fun of me, judge me, because I go to cheap, fancy restaurants. But we were coming back from Olive Garden, and me and my grandma were brought up the conversation about family. Now, we were driving in the car, and she was talking about, how her mom liked spaghetti and made like the best pasta ever. And I'm like, well, Grandma, I never really knew my grandma. Really never met her, never heard of her. I've heard from my great-grandfather, and my great-grandfathers from my mom's dad's side of family, which are still alive, thank God. Hopefully I can go to Mexico and visit them soon. But I am gonna talk to you guys about family. Now, she was telling me how it was tough in Mexico, and how her dad was 33 years old and her mom was 17 years old when they got married and had my grandma and a couple more of my aunt's grandma. I don't know how you say it. But then I look at her, I'm like, and she looks at me, it's like, back then it wasn't such a big deal. But she told me that my great-grandmother died from a tumor at age, pop-ups, crap, at age of 25. Now, my grandma was telling me that because of her death, her dad went into a lot of drinking, and every night he would go to her tombstone and, pray and cry and drink his eyes out. And I saw that and I'm like, wow, let's see, he was 33, then turned 17. She died at 25, so that is 8 more years. So at 41, he loved this girl, even though he was way older than him. And I'm like, wow, how, that's amazing. Usually, you wouldn't see it like that. I mean, oh, it's just another girl. Because today, grown men are looking for smaller girls just to, do the hit it and quit it. But no, my great-grandfather literally cried his eyes out. And my grandma and her sisters, she had 5 other sisters, plus her. So while her dad was, kind of messed up, drunk, and really depressed and upset, he couldn't, pass it. She also told me that a month later, my great-grandmother's father passed away, and my great-grandfather, they called him El Muñeco, which is pretty doll in Spanish, and because he was very handsome, blue eyes, I could show you a picture, but if I touch my grandma's pictures, but she, my great-grandmother's father passed away, and my great-grandfather had so much sympathy for my great grandmother and her father. And then a month later, his dad passed away, and they all got buried right next to each other. So you would understand the depression that my great-grandfather was going through for my grandma's side. And it's just blows my mind how he could have went on. A lot of people complain that they lost the love of their life, but he realized that life moves on, and they're up in the sky where they're getting taken good care of, and it's just amazing to me. My great-grandmother stayed with my grandmother, and her sisters stayed with her great-grandmother's sister, with my great-grandmother's sister. So her aunt grandma, or her aunt, not really sure how that worked, but they stayed in her ranch. And my great-grandfather's dad was rich. He had acres, towards acres and acres of ranch and animals and everything. So, it was amazing how, because of one mistake, my grandmother and her sisters didn't get anything from that. It's just really amazing. Now I gotta tell you guys, I know whoever made it this far, I really appreciate it, because I could go on and on talking. You guys already know, I'm trying to keep these videos short, but this really inspired me to, even though my great-grandfather was so depressed about my great-grandmother dying, and the age difference was big, didn't even matter. I look up to our generation today and see how bad it is. Yes, there are some people that are like, it is bad, and it looks bad, yeah. But I look at this example and notice how much my great-grandfather loved my great-grandmother, and going into that now, because of them, they made a generation of, one of my grandma's cousin is actually a producer and an actor in Univision soap operas, and that's amazing. Because of two people that fell in love, they created a whole generation. My grandma has such a big family. They created 4 other kids, which was my dad, 2 of my uncles, and 1 aunt, and from them I got so many cousins. It's amazing how, because of 2 people fell in love, never gave up. It's amazing. And that 25-year-old girl had 6 children. My great-grandfather, he didn't kill himself. He didn't go to anything. He just moved on. It did break his heart. So much. It broke him. But at the end of the day, he moved on. Found another wife. Lived a really happy life. It's funny how one conversation, me and my grandma stayed up till 1, 2 in the morning talking about, her family. And there was so much going on. She also talked about her cousins, her sisters, and how each one of them went through stuff. Thanks to my dad and Mardi Gras, I got to spend a lot of time with my grandma. Dad, if you're watching this, enjoy yourself. Didn't invite me. Hashtag feel sorry for Bronco. But anyway, you guys, I love you. Los quiero. And have an awesome day. Subscribe if you really haven't. Like if you enjoyed the video. Now we'll come back with more spoken words. Sorry, I'm a mess right now. I have, I think, 92 fever right now. So I try my best. Hope you enjoy, you guys.